Hi, welcome once more to Mr. Max. In this lesson, we are going to revise from September 2022 Northwest Province question paper, sequence and series questions. Okay, September 2022 Northwest sequence and series questions. That is question number 2 and 3. So listen very carefully. Let's start question number 2. 2.1. The sum of a series is given by the following formula. Sn is equal to 3n square plus 2n. So, sum of a series is given by the following formula. So, there is a formula given. Sn is equal to 3n square plus 2n. And it is given that this one is a formula for the sum of a series. So what is the meaning of that? If you substitute the value of n as 1, we will get the first term, the sum of the first one term. Okay, if you substitute the value of n as 2, then you will get the sum of the first two terms. If I substitute the value of n as 3, then I will get the sum of the first three terms. You understand? If I substitute the value of n as 4, then I will get the sum of the first 4 terms, like that. Okay. Anyway, what is the first question? 2.1.1. 2.1.1. What is that question? Calculate the sum of the first 10 terms. You have to find the sum of the first 10 terms. So what must I do? I have to substitute the value of n as 10 here. So it is S10. That means the sum of the first 10 terms. So is equal to 3 into, so we have to substitute the value of n as 10. So it is 10 square plus 2 into 10. So check in your calculator, what is answer? 300 plus 20, 320. Okay. So the first sum of the first 10 terms is 320. That is the first question, 2.1.1. Okay. Now let's move to the next question, 2.1.2. What is that question? Calculate the first three terms of the series. You have to find the first three terms, not the sum of the first three terms. Do you understand? Don't misunderstand that. If the question is to find the sum of the first three terms, then we can say that S3 is equal to, we just want to substitute the n as 3. Okay. But here the question is not like that. What is the question here? Calculate the first three terms of the series. What is the first term? What is the second term? What is the third term? Okay. So before I explain that one, let me explain another question. Okay. So look at this example. This is not a part of this question. Okay. So try to understand like this. I'm going to write a series sequence here. 3, 7, let's say 11, 15, 19, etc. Okay. So I wrote a sequence here. Okay. Now what is S1? In this one, what is S1? S1 stands for the sum of the first term. So first term is itself is the T1. Am I right? Okay. So that is 3 or T1, and that is equal to 3. Am I right? Okay. Now what is S2? S2 stands for the sum of the first two terms. Okay. That means 3 plus 7. This is the first term. This is T1, first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, like that. Okay. So here S2 stands for the sum of the first two terms. That means 3 plus 7. So 3 plus 7, that is 10. Okay. Then what is S3? S3 means the sum of the first three terms. 3 plus 7 plus 11. 3 plus 7 plus 11. So it is 21. Am I right? Okay. Then what is S4 means? Sum of the first four terms. 3 plus 7 plus 11 plus 15. So it is 36. 3 plus 11 plus 3 plus 7 plus 11 plus 3 plus 7 plus 11 plus 15. So that is equal to 36. Am I right? 10, 21, 31, yeah, 36. Okay, so that is S1, S2, S3, S4. Okay, now let me check what is the answer of S2 minus S1. What is S2 minus S1? So what is S2? S2 is 10. What is S1? 3. So what is that one? 10 minus 3. So what is answer? It is 7. Am I right? Now I am going to check what is S3 minus S2. What is S3? 21. 21 minus S2. What is S2? 10. What is that one? It is 10. 21 minus 10 is 11. So now look at this one. S2 minus S1. We got the answer as 7. Actually, what is that 7? That is T2. Can you see that? Okay. That 7 is, what is 7? That is the second term. Okay. So here I can write that this S2 minus S1 is the same as T2. Can you see that S2, when I check what is S2 minus S1, I am getting the answer as 7. So that is the same as T2. You understand? Okay. So now look at this one. S3 minus S2. I got the answer as 11. And what is that 11? That is T3. Can you see that? So T3 is equal to S3 minus S2. Now if I check what is S4 minus S3. What is S4? 36. 36 minus S3, 21. This is S3, this is S4. So minus 21. So 36 minus 21 is 15. So look at this one. This 15. What is the fourth term? 15. That means here I can write that is the same as T4. Okay. So from this example, what we can understand? To find the second term, what you have to do? S2 minus S1. That means sum of the first two terms minus sum of the first term. Okay. To find T3, S3 minus S2. So you have to remember that one. When you write your exam, you don't want to write all these things. Okay. So you have to remember, once if you have the Sn, how to find the terms. So how can you find the terms? Look at how can we find the terms. To find T3, S3 minus, same 3 here, S3 minus 1 less than that one, that is S2. Okay. So to find T3, term 3, third term. Okay. What you have to do? S3 minus 1 less than that, this one, 2. To find T4, S4, the same 4 here. Okay. S4 minus S1 less than this, S3. Okay. So from this class onwards, you have to remember that one. Okay. So to find T, let's say 17. So what you have to do? S17 minus S16. You understand? So you have to remember how to find like that. Okay. So when you have a question like, when you write your exam, if you have a question like this, is easy to write the answer if you know that method. Okay. So T17. So it is S17 minus S16. So those who understand, can you answer this one? I want to find what is the 50th term. And I know only the Sn. So what must I do? To find the 50th term, okay, I know that that is S50 minus S49. Do you understand? Then I have to first substitute S50, n as 50 in this equation. Then n as 49 in this equation. Then subtract that. Then I will get the 50th term. Do you understand? Okay. Now come back to our question. What is question number 2.1.2? We are about to start that one. 2.1.2, calculate the first 3 terms of the series. So you have to find the first 3 terms. Okay. So first of all, that means we have to find T1. First 3 terms means T1, T2, T3. Okay. So first we can find S1. What is S1? We have to substitute the value of n as 1. 3 into 1 square plus 2 into 1. So it is 3 plus 2, that is 5. S2, 3 into, we have to substitute n as 2 plus 2 into 2. So 4 30, 4 times 12, 12 plus 4, 60. Then next one, S3, 3 into 3 square plus 2 into 3. What I am doing here, I am substituting the value of n as 3, that's all. Okay, here also 3. So what is here? 9, 27, 27 plus 6, 33. Now don't forget that we have to find the first 3 terms. So first term, how can you find? First term is itself is the S1. Am I right? What is S1 stands for? Sum of the first term. That is T1. Okay. So what is T1 we got? It is 5. That is itself S1. Okay. Then what is S2? So let me write it here like this. T1 is the same as S1, sum of the first term, that is 5. Then how can I find T2? I already told you, S2 minus S, T2, 2, 1 less than that one. Okay. So here this is S2. What is S2? 16 minus S1, that is 5. So S2 is 16 minus 5, that is 11. Okay. Then T3. How can I find T3? S3 minus S2. Am I right? So S3, what is S3? 33. 33 minus S2, that is 16. What is that one? 23, 17. So third term is 17. Look at this one. First term is 5, second term is 11, and the third term is 17. So only one thing you have to understand, how to find the T17 or how to find T4 when the Sn is given like this. So to find T4, S4 minus S3, like that. Okay. So that is question number 2.1.2. So don't forget, our first term is 5, second term is 11, third term is 17. Okay. So first let me erase this one, then we can do the next question. Okay, let's move to the next question, 2.1.3. 2.1.3. What is that question? Is the given series arithmetic or geometric? So what is the series? Look at the first term. What is the first term? 5. Second term, 11. Third term, it's a 17, etc. So the actual series is or a series or a sequence. Okay. Okay. Now they written it's a series. Okay. So what is the difference here? You just want to put a plus sign there in between, then it is a series. So 5 plus 11 plus, anyway, first term is 5, second term is 11, and the third term is 17. Okay. So can you say is this one is an arithmetic sequence or a series or a geometry series? Look at this one, second term minus first term. What is the answer? 11 minus 5. 11 minus 5 is 6. 17 minus 11, that is also 6. That means you are getting a common difference. So what type of series is this? This is an arithmetic series because you are getting a common difference. So it is an arithmetic series. Do you understand? Okay. So that is question number 2.1.3. Now let's move to the next question, 2.1.4. Okay. So what is that question? 2.1.4. If the last term is 161, if the last term is 161, calculate the number of terms in the series. So in this series, they are saying that the last term is 161. Okay. Now you have to find how many terms, calculate the number of terms, how many terms are here. So we did many questions like this. So if the last term is given 161, it means that you have to understand that that is Tn. Am I right? Last term or nth term or a general term is Tn, 161 in this case. Okay. So now how can I find, this is an arithmetic sequence. To find the value of n, which formula we can use? We know Tn, so we can use that formula. What is the formula to find a Tn? In the case of arithmetic sequence, you have to by heart that formula. Okay, Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Am I right? Okay, so Tn we know that it is 161 is equal to a first term 5 plus n. What is our question? How many terms are there? That means we have to find the value of this n. Okay, n minus 1 into d. What's the common difference? It is 6. This 5 on this side, 161 positive 5, this side it is negative 5 is equal to n minus 1 into 6. So divide, so what is the answer here? So it is 156, 156 is equal to n minus 1 into 6. So here what I am going to do is divide both. I have to remove this 6. So divide both sides with 6. So what is 156 divided by 6? 20, it's a decimal number. 156 divided by 6. Oh, okay, 26. So 26 is equal to, so this 6 and this 6 cancel, so it is n minus 1. Take this minus 1 to this side, so it is plus 1. So 26 plus 1 is 27 is equal to n, or n is equal to 27. So how many terms are there in this sequence? 5 series 5, 11, 17 etc. up to 161. There are 27 terms there. Okay, first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you count like that, this 161 is a 27th term, or total there are 27 terms. Okay, so that is question number 2.1.4. Now let's move to 2.2. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 2.2. What is that question? In a convergent geometric series, so we are talking about the geometric series, common ratio. Okay, the sum to infinity is 18. Sum to infinity is 18. How can you represent sum to infinity? S infinity, that is 18. Sum to infinity is 18. Okay, and don't forget it is a geometry series, that is why we can apply the sum to infinity. Okay, now, and the sum of the first 4 terms is S4. Okay, sum of the first 4 terms is S4. 4 terms S4 is 130 divided by 9. So one more thing given, S4, sum of the first 4 terms, that is 130 divided by 9. So these are the two things given. Okay, now what is the question? Calculate the value of the constant ratio. That means you have to find the value of R. Am I right? That is the question. So how can you find this one? This is a geometry series, sum to infinity. What is the formula to find the sum to infinity? Sum to infinity formula, I hope you know the formula, A divided by 1 minus R. Am I right? Okay, and that is given as 18. Okay, so from here what is A? We have to cross multiply this one. Am I right? So it is 18 times 1 minus R. So let me call that as equation number 1. So I got an expression for A, that is 18 times 1 minus R. What is the question? You have to find the common ratio R. Okay, now look at this one. S4 is equal to 130 by 9. Okay, so S4 means what? Sum of the first 4 terms. Okay, and this is a geometry series. So in a geometry series, what is the formula to find the sum of the terms Sn? What is the general formula? A into 1 minus R raised to n divided by 1 minus R. Am I right? Okay, this is the formula that we use to find the sum of a geometry series. Am I right? Okay, and here S4, that means substitute the value of n as 4. So it is S4 is equal to A into 1 minus R raised to n. What is n? It is 4. divided by 1 minus r. Do you understand? That means I substitute the value of n as 4 here and here. Okay. So what is S4? We know that S4 is 130 by 9. So I can substitute. Instead of that as S4, I can write 130 divided by 9 is equal to A. What is this actually, this A? A means the first term. Here we know that A, we got an expression 18 into 1 minus R. So like instead of this A, I can substitute this one because A is this one. Okay, so here I am going to write 18 into 1 minus R into 1 minus R raised to 4, this one, divided by 1 minus R. So here you can see this 1 minus R and this 1 minus R you can cancel, same thing. Okay, so what is remaining? 130. Let me write this one on the left side. Okay, so 18 into 1 minus R raised to 4 is equal to, let me write this one on the right side. Okay, I just swap it around. Okay, so it is 130 divided by 9. Okay, so from here what is 1 minus R raised to 4? 1 minus R raised to 4. Here 18 is multiplication. So if I take this 18 to the other side, it is division. Multiplication here, division on the other side. That means 130 divided by that 18 will, from the numerator 18 will come here in the denominator. That means 18 times this 9 is this one. Okay. So check in your calculator, what is that one? 130 divided by 18 times 9, 65 over 81. So here 1 minus R raised to 4 is equal to 65 over 81. So now let me take this minus R raised to 4 to the right side and take this one to the left side. Okay, so it is 1, this one on the left side, it is minus 65 by 81 is equal to this minus R raised to 4 on the right side, it is positive R raised to 4. Okay, so now check in your calculator what is the answer of that one. 1 minus 65 over 81, 16 over 81. So here this one is, let me write this one here on the right side. So R raised to 4 is equal to 16 over 81. Okay, so R raised to 4 is 16 over 81. So what is R? How can I find R? Therefore R is equal to 4th root of, am I right guys? This is how we can find R, 81. R raised to 4 is this one. So how can I find R? 4th root of 16 by 81. So check in your calculator what is 4th root of 16 by, since it is square root, it's, you have to write a plus or minus. Okay, so anyway 4th root of square root, 4th root of 16 by 81. Okay, that is shift that button for inside, that is 16 by 81, like this. Okay, so the answer is 2 over 3. So here you have to write both the answer plus or minus 2 over 3. In your calculator you will get a 2 over 3. That means the value of the common ratio is either positive 2 over 3 or negative 2 over 3. Okay, so that is question number 2.2. Now let's move to the next question, question number 3. Now look at the next question, question number 3. Black and white blocks are used to create patterns. The first 3 patterns are shown below. So I roughly try to draw a pattern here. The first 3 patterns, pattern 1, pattern 2 and pattern 3. Okay, and there are black ones and white ones there, blocks there. Now what is the first question? 3.1. Question number 3.1. What is that question? Write down the number of blocks in each pattern. Number of black blocks. So in each pattern, it's very simple. If you know to count, It's easy to find the answer. How many black blocks are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means first pattern, there are 5 blocks, black blocks. Okay. Then second pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So second one, it is 6. Third one, of course, it is 7. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So third pattern, there are 7. So it means that number of patterns is 5, 6 and 7. Okay. So one more question. Now 3.2. Write down a formula for the number of black blocks that will be used in pattern N. Okay. So these are the number of blocks. Okay. And now the question is to find you have to write a general formula for the number of blocks for nth term. That means Tn. Okay. So what is a 5, 6, 7? What type of pattern is this? Is it arithmetic or geometric? Arithmetic or geometric pattern? This is an arithmetic pattern. Am I right? Because you can find a common difference. And what is that difference? It is 1. Okay. So this is an arithmetic pattern, and you have to, this is the number of black blocks. Okay. And here, what is the second question? Write a formula for the number of black blocks. So you have to write a general formula for this one. Okay. So let's write since this one is an arithmetic sequence, we can write the general formula a plus n minus 1 into d. Am I right? So Tn is equal to, what is a? First pattern number 1, how many black balls are there? 5. Okay. 5 plus n minus 1 into d. What is the common difference? 1. So it is Tn is equal to 5 plus 1 into n is n. 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. So Tn is equal to, let's write this n first. 5 minus 1. What is 5 minus 1? It is 4. So what is the general formula to find the nth pattern? How many blocks are there on the nth pattern? Tn is equal to n plus 4. Okay. So don't forget that this formula Tn is equal to n plus 1 for n plus 4 is used to find how many black blocks are there. Okay. So black blocks, black balls, what is the formula? Tn is equal to n plus 4. Okay. Now let's move to the next question, 3.3. What is that question? Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 3.3. Question number 3.3. What is that question? How many white blocks will be used to create the fourth pattern? This is pattern number 1, pattern number 2, pattern number 3, and the next one, pattern number 4. Okay, how many white blocks are there? So first of all, we have to know how many white blocks are here on the first pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 4. On the second pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Then the third pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Etc. Okay. So here, what is the question? How? This is the first pattern. There are 4 white blocks. Second pattern, there are 10 white blocks. Third pattern, there are 18 white blocks. Similarly, fourth pattern, how many white blocks are there? That is the question. Okay. So now look at this sequence. What type of sequence is this? Let's try to find the first difference. 10 minus 4, it is 6. 18 minus 10, that is 8. It's not the same. That means it's not an arithmetic sequence. Okay. So now if you try to find the second difference it is 2. Okay, now so when it is like this, anyway it is not geometric and it is not arithmetic. So when it is like something like this is a quadratic sequence. So quadratic sequence, you know that the second differences are the same. So 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 2, so here what is the number supposed to be? 10. Okay, so now look at this one. 4 plus 6 10, 10 plus 8 18, so 18 plus 10, that is this number. So 18 plus 10, that is 28. So it means that therefore number of white blocks on fourth pattern, okay, number of white blocks on in the fourth pattern. The fourth pattern, how many white blocks are there? How many are there? 28. There are 28 white blocks in the next pattern, pattern number 4. Okay, so that is question number 3.3. Now let's move to the next question, question number 3.4. What is question number 3.4? Look at the question 3.4. What is that question? Determine a formula for the number of white block in pattern N. So now similarly here we got a formula for black blocks, Tn is equal to n plus 4. Okay, now in this 3.4 now they are asking you to write a general formula for white blocks. Okay, so you know this is an quadratic sequence, am I right? So quadratic sequence, how can you find the general formula? What is the general formula? Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c, am I right? This is a quadratic sequence, so that is a general formula. Then what we have to call this one as 2. I hope you already understand this one. 2a, what is the first difference? 3a plus b, and what is this given sequence? A plus b plus c. Okay, so 2a is equal to 2. Now we have to simplify and try to find the value of a. Okay, so 2a is equal to 2. So what is a? Take these 2 to the other side, so it is division. So 2 divided by 2, that is 1. So now we know value of a is 1. Now take the second equation, 3a plus b is equal to 6. So 3 into what is a? We can substitute the value of a as 1. So 3 into 1 plus b is equal to 6. 3 into 1 is 3. So what is b? b is equal to 6 minus 3. So b is equal to 3. So it means that the value of b is 3. Now we have to find c. So we have another equation, a plus b plus c is equal to 4. So a plus b plus c is equal to 4. So a value, what is a? 1. 1 plus b is 3 plus c is equal to 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus c is equal to 4. So if I take this 4 to the other side, c is equal to 4 minus 4. What is 4 minus 4? It is 0. So it means that the c value is 0. So now we got all the values. A is 1, b is 3 and c is 0. So substitute in this general equation. So Tn is equal to a is 1 n square plus b is 3n plus c is 0. So now we can write once more, Tn is equal to 1 n squared is the same as n square plus 3n plus 0 is, it doesn't make any difference. So what is the formula? Tn is equal to n square plus 3n, and that is the formula that we can use to find the number of white blocks in that pattern. Okay, so what is the formula for white blocks? White blocks formula, general formula. Okay, white blocks, what is the formula? Tn is equal to n square plus 3n. That is the formula for the white blocks. Okay, so that is question number 3.4. Now let's move to the next question, question number 3.5. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Question number 3.5. Question number 3.5. What is that question? Calculate how many white blocks will be in the pattern with the 32 black blocks. Listen very carefully that question. So look at that question there. Calculate how many white blocks will be in the pattern. Okay, what do you want to find? How many white blocks? Okay, in which pattern? Not in pattern number 1, not in pattern number 2, not in pattern number 3. You have to find how many white blocks are there, how many white blocks are there. Not in pattern number 1, not in pattern number 2, not in pattern number 3. Where you want to count how many white blocks are there. Look at that one. How many white blocks will be in a pattern with 32 black blocks. So in this pattern number 1, how many blocks are there? Only 5, not this one. They want 32 black blocks. In that pattern, how many white blocks are there? So pattern number 1, pattern number 2, pattern number 3, etc, 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 etc. Okay, and there is another big pattern here. Okay, and in that big pattern, I don't know how many blocks are, I'm just drawing. Okay, maybe it is more than this one, or okay, in that pattern, some pattern here. Okay, so pattern number I don't know. Okay, so let me write a pattern here. Okay, pattern, we don't know what is a pattern number. Okay, so here what they are saying, in that that pattern there are 32 black blocks must be there. 1 2 3 3 4 5 6, like that. How many black blocks are there? 32 blacks, 32 black blocks. Okay, so pattern number 1 2 3 4 5 6, somewhere some pattern there are 32 black blocks. Okay, and in that pattern having 32 black blocks, how many white blocks are there? That is the question. Do you understand? In that pattern of having 32 black blocks, how many white blocks are there? That means a pattern having 32 black blocks. Okay, and in that pattern how many white blocks are there? That is the question. Do you understand? Okay, so what we can do to do this type of question, this one is, first of all we have to know which pattern number is this one. Pattern number which one? Okay, so how many black blocks are there in this pattern? 32 black blocks. Okay, so what is the formula to find the black blocks? Tn is equal to n plus 4. Am I right? Okay, so Tn is equal to n plus 4. That is the formula to find the general formula for a black balls, to count how many black balls are there. Okay, so in this pattern what they are saying, there are 32 black balls. That means this Tn you have to substitute as 32. Do you understand? So 32 is equal to n plus 4. So from here how can I find n? Take this 4 to this side, so it is 32 minus 4 is equal to n, or n is equal to 32 minus 4 is 28. So it means that this one is the 28th pattern. Do you understand? Pattern number 28. So now listen here, now we got what is the pattern number here? 28th pattern. How many black balls are there? Black blocks are there. 32 black balls are there. So now in this 28th pattern how many white blocks are there? That is a question. So what is the white blocks general equation? Tn is equal to, what is the white blocks general equation? Tn is equal to n square plus 3n. So now we know the pattern number 28. So how many white balls are there? T28 is equal to 28 square plus 3 into 28. So check in your calculator what is the answer for that one. 868. 868. So it means that 28th pattern there are 868 white blocks are there. You understand? And how many black blocks are there? 32 black balls are there. Do you understand? Okay. Yeah, that is question number 3.5, and that's the end of September 2022 Northwest Province question. Okay. So guys, I hope you understand clearly. Thank you for watching. Keep on watching. Practice maximum number of questions. Okay. So see you on the next lesson. Thank you. Bye.